I was at a job site today, and part of the job was to tear down an old barn. And I got to looking at the barn really closely, and I found up underneath one section of the barn these shingles. And I looked closely at the shingles, and I realized that this is incredibly old growth, ancient growth redwood that was split, but it was split in such a way that most of the shingles are fairly close. They're not sawn, they're all a little bit different. There's one that's about, not quite half an inch. These are about a quarter of an inch. But they all varied in thickness, but they're fairly consistent all the way through. And then I started looking closely at some of the growth rings. Now, if you turn them over, you can see that this was the side that was exposed to the elements originally, and this was on the underside, so it still looks really good. So I was really curious. I wonder how old this wood is, or how old this tree was, I should say. So I took one of them, and I cleaned it up, and I took it over. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I counted the rings. On this board, which is slightly less than 6 inches thick, I counted 383 years of growth. That's over 60 years per linear inch. I can't believe that. This piece of wood, we will never, ever again cut down trees and mill trees of this caliber wood, and it was used for shingles. Now, the barn was at least 100 years old because it did have square nails. And, it's the sort of thing that you wouldn't find all over the country because this is a California wood. But it's absolutely remarkable. I'm going to see what I can do with it. I'm going to have to clean it up somehow. Pretty much going to get some thick veneers out of it. But you know something? This needs to be salvaged, and it needs to be restored, and it needs to be remembered as the wood that will never again be seen in our lumber industry. Sad. Sad that it was cut down in the first place.